Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Let's move to the next set of topics. Okta is a tool. That tool will have different features in it. As I said, Okta is hosted in service. To add a point, just it's an extra point for you. All the Okta services are hosted in Amazon Web Servers. Amazon Web Service. A cloud or cloud. Whenever you are hitting any of the Okta service, right, somewhere you are accessing the OS services, but it will not be a disk, openly said anywhere. But Okta have confirmed that it is hosted in OS Web Cloud, Amazon Web Service Cloud. That's an appointment. In Okta, right, there are many features that you can make use of it. That features will help you in different way for your organization. Let's say, for example, you want to provision single sign-on Okta, give that features. You want to enable multi-factor authentication. Okta gives the features. Likewise, there are many features available in Okta that we will see now. The first feature is a single sign-on, which we are going to see in our session. Okta gives single sign-on enablement option for your organization's application as well as cloud-hosted applications. Cloud-hosted applications. As I said, it is like, Zoom mobile, O365 and Zoom application Note 365. Then what else? Salesforce ServiceNow. These applications are right. These applications will not be hosted in your organization, in your data center, organization data center. How we are performing for Okta, right, same thing. They will do it for their ServiceNow or Zoom application. They will just only get by tenant and they will make use of their application for our organization. Likewise, they will get the instance. How we are doing for Okta, right? Same thing they will also do. Those cloud applications, we can enable or provision for those cloud applications. Also the applications that we have hosted inside our organization. Both. For both set of applications, you can enable single sign-on and the second one is adaptive multi-factor authentication. Like most of the organization have during this COVID situation, they have asked all the users on the, employees to work from home. Whenever they are working from home, they will be more prone to, security breach attack for their systems. Because all are connected with internet and it is open source. The main security breach is hacking the user account. Let's say, for example, if I am sitting in your home and I am trying to get access to your account, which you are an admin or local admin for an organization, if I got your password and user aid, I can directly able to access your organization's data. How we can make that in a secure way? We can make an additional layer of authentication, which is multi-factor authentication. In terms of multi-factor authentication, even if I got your user aid and password, I need some external mechanism to prove myself. That time, if I don't have, let's say for example, your mobile phone, I don't have access to your mobile phone to perform multi-factor authentication, then your account will not be compromised. Even I took your user aid and password, I cannot access. I cannot access your organization information because it has been blocked in M of a multi-factor authentication. In configuring multi-factor authentication is very easy and very simple and very, it is. It provides a stronger authentication mechanism. In terms of multi-factor authentication configuration, and in multi-factor authentication, right, you can configure any type of a factor. Factor in the sense, like, what is factor means? Like Google Authenticator, that is a factor. Okta Verify, that is a factor. They have categorized in a way like soft tokens, hard tokens, internet tokens. Soft tokens is nothing but an app, mobile app or something like that. Hard tokens is nothing but an up key or lesser token. You have seen that a small kind of token that is available, right? Those are hard tokens. Soft tokens are nothing but mobile apps, or even in your system, you can install some apps like that. They have categorized in a way both the kind of tokens Okta will support. Even you can configure YubiKey for your M of a factor. As an M of a factor, you can configure or say as an M of a factor. Likewise, you can configure it based on your organization's requirement. It is not restricted just to Google Authenticator, just to Okta Verify. You can use many type of factors available in the market. Gives that features also. And the third one is a lifecycle management, which will provision, which will allow the user to get faster onboarding. Let's say, for example, let's say in legacy systems, right? There will be at least 2 to 3 days for a user account to be onboarded into an organization. Before a user joins to an organization, there will be a huge process happening in the back end. Hatter will submit a request to create that account. Once that account has been created, there will be a process to, perform password reset. There will be a process to provision birth rate access to the user. There will be a long process that will happen in the back end. Let's say 3 days or 5 days. But right now, it is very simple. Whenever you are joining, let's say, for example, you are joining today 9 o'clock, you are joining 8 o'clock. If you start creating your account from her system 9 o'clock, you will get your account, in an active state much faster. Everything got changed with the help of this Okta. Those things. We will see how it is getting faster in next topics that we are going to discuss. Lifecycle management of an user account is faster. It is like you can make use of lifecycle management for a faster onboarding. That is on all. Another feature that has been given. And the fourth feature is advanced server access. Have you heard about CyberArk or Beyond Trust PAM tool? In your organization, there will be many servers posted in your organization. Let's say, for example, if you want to host any application in your organization, what you will do? If it is not a cloud application, you will get some servers. In that server, you will install that application like a web server or, application server. You will install those applications and you will allow the users to access those applications from that server. Right? How the server can be protected. Let's say if I got access to the server, I can able to go and break your application. I can go and shut down your application, which should be very much active, which should also contains personal information. If the third person got access towards it, he can able to break that application easily. How we can restrict those things? That's where this server access will come into the picture. To do that, there are multiple tools available in the market. One of the tool is Cyber. The another tool is Beyond Trust, PAM tool. There is a tool called Beyond Trust the vendor Beyond Trust. With the help of the Beyond Trust vendor, there is a tool called PAM tool, and there are another tools like a PAM, trichotic PAM. There are many PAM tools available. PAM is nothing but a privileged access management. Privilege in the sense those server access, how the server access are managed, how the servers are managed, how the servers are securely protected. That's where this PAM will come into the picture. Okta have that feature also. You can get some subscription for that advanced server access, and you can manage your servers also, your organization server also. That is also a feature available in Okta. That's why they have mentioned like advanced server access. And the another feature is centralized user repository. Centralized user repository is nothing but a data store where you can store all the user information in your organization. Let's say, for example, in your organization 10,000 users are there. You can manage all those 10,000 users from Okta directory, which is a centralized user repository. Centralized user repository is nothing but an Okta universal directory. This is a common term. Centralized user repository is a common term, but in Okta term, it is Okta Universal Directory. We will call it as Okta Universal Directory. That is nothing but a directory as same as like LDAP directory or Active Directory as same as like, but it is restricted to a few things only. It's not like many things are available in the TOC Universal Directory. As I said before, right, in Active Directory, you can manage servers, you can manage network systems, you can manage routers, many things you can manage. But in Okta, you can manage only user information and group information. You cannot manage anything other than that. There are some restrictions. At the same time, there are some features also in the directory Okta Universal that we will call it as centralized user repository. That is also a feature that is available in Okta. And the next one is granulated API access. I said there is an API. Whatever you are doing from Okta front end, right, from admin console, you can perform all these things from back end. With the help of some code, you can trigger everything from back end. You don't need to access console itself, admin console itself. You can trigger everything from the back end itself. How those things are managed, those things are managed with the help of API application programming interface. How that API is managed in Okta. Let's say, for example, you cannot give that API access to everyone, right? Because that is the thing that you can restrict your organization to. Let's say, for example, there are 1,000 applications integrated with Okta for single center in your organization. If someone got access to that API, someone pushed some data from back end to Okta, it may break all those 1,000 application access. It may block all those 1,000 application access to all your organization's users. To manage those API, there is a mechanism called API access. That's what they are. That's what they are mentioning here is granulated API access. How that API can be protected, how that API can be managed in the secure way. There is a future for it, and that's why they are mentioning it as granulated API access. The next one is access gateway. Let's say, for example, there are some legacy applications in your organization. That legacy application doesn't support any of the protocols like SAML. It doesn't support SAML. It doesn't support OpenIT Connect. It doesn't support any of the SOAP protocol available in the market. And that's where this access gateway will come into the picture. What this access gateway will do is access gateway will, it's like an additional layer that will be installed in the application where with the help of that additional layer in the application, Okta will get into touch with the additional layer, and it will provision single sign-on for our users. Even though that application support any of the SOAP protocols, we can get single sign on for those applications with the help of this access gateway. That is also a feature available in market. Okta is trying to, get the M package in an entire manner. They are not even losing single thing. I can say only one flaw that is not available in this is identity governance, which is also a part of identity and access management domain. Identity governance is not covered in this Okta in future, but it is there in the market. I mean, it is there in the pipeline. They are bringing it up in next 2 or 3 years. It is in the pipeline. Let's say, for example, you joined an organization. You joined to an LE3 admin team for some administrator team. In this team, there are some 10 people who is working for that L3 team, and all those L3 people having some high privileged access in it. High privileged access to the personal data of your organization, or personal data for your customers, or banking data for your confidential data for your customers. Let's say, for example, only there should be a restriction that only these 10 users have access towards it. No, any other than this 10 people should not have access towards it. For example, L2 people should not have access towards it, because only L3 people will be eligible to manage those data. L2 people will not be eligible to manage those data. If someone grant access to L2 people also by mistake, maybe by mistakenly or system mistaken, they have granted access to some L2 people. Once you got access, you cannot see when that access got provisioned, and you cannot let's say, for example, you got some application access next to 2 in 2 years of span. You don't review that access on a periodic manner, right? Like you got some L3 access and you are not reviewing it on a periodic manner. You should not have access, but you got it. As you are LE2 member, you should not got access, but it got somehow mistakenly. How that can be rectified? Only with the help of access reviews. What is access review? Let's say, for example, each and every month or each and every quarter, there will be some review mechanism which will be done to all those 10 peoples, all those access who got access to that confidential information. Like, let's say, for example, there should be only 10 users who should have accesses to this personal data, but there is 11. People have been added. What people will do is people will do access review on a periodic manner, and they will verify that there is an additional member added to this group or added to this access. How we can restrict that? That part will entirely call it as identity governance. On a periodic manner, your access will be reviewed by someone. Let's say, for example, your access will be reviewed by your manager. Your manager knows that you have to. You need to have this much level of access. Only your manager knows or your supervisor knows. He will review your access on a periodic manner and say that have this level of access only. Whatever the access that she have, that is, no, she have some additional access. It should be removed. Like that, your supervisor will say this entire process, will call it as governance, identity governance. That feature is not available in Okta right now, but in your future it will also be introduced. Maybe you can see next 1 year or 2 year also the future in Okta. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.